Hi guys, my name's Jordan. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be scaping an ADA 60F aquarium. So this scape is going to be a pond tank style. It's a biotype kind of style, more natural looking. We're going to have a banked substrate in the back, separated by this piece of wood from the open swimming space at the front. This is only going to be the first part, and there will be a part 2 where I plant the back of the tank. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of all the equipment I'm using. As I said, 60F aquarium, ADA, great quality. The light we're using is a Twinstar 600C. It's an RGB light. It's one of their new lights that Twinstar's brought out, and the scape is sponsored by Twinstar. At the bottom, I'm using a Wazi filter. It's a thermal version of the Filter Smart. It's just a great filter. I used it on another tank as well. I'm really confident in this filter and its abilities, and it's great that it's a thermal version, being that the heater is integrated into the unit. Just like my previous builds, this stand is built by me. Just 2x4, 55-50mm legs, stained, built. It's quite a simple construction, anyone could do it, but that's what we're using. I'm not going to be using any CO2 on this system because there's not really a need for it. There's emergent species, so everything's going to be above the water mostly. For the substrate, seeing as it's going to be banked up so high, I've actually got some lava rock, so this is like crushed lava rock. So what this allows me to do is bank up the substrate and not waste so much nutrient-rich substrate, because it is expensive and you don't want to be using, burning a hole in your pocket. On top of the lava rock, I'm going to be using a substrate, and the substrate I'm going to be using is Bio. So it's this one right here. This was given to me by the Lothian Fish Keeper, which is sponsoring this channel as well as Bio, and I'm looking to see good results from this. I've heard a lot of other people have had good experiences, so I'll give you this a go and we'll see how it goes. I'm also going to try these two products here from Bio, and they have given me kindly a bacteria start kit. So this gets the bacteria in your tank colonized very quickly. Setup is really quick with these, and so I'm really interested to see how these perform in this tank. So for the hardscape, we've got this massive piece of riverwood. This riverwood was kindly given to me, and it's a sponsor obviously, by Riverwood Aquatics down in England. Pete has a great selection of riverwood at his shop. If you want to visit him, he has an online shop which has great materials. He's a really nice guy, and he's always willing to help. For the rocks, I'm going to be using these. I collected these up the north of Scotland, and they're going to work well in this scape, I think. I don't normally use such a smooth rock, but I think for a river bank, like a river pond tank kind of style scape, it works really well. To complement the rocks I'm going to be using, I've got this Dennerley river stones. So that's what they look like. And yeah, I think they will really work with the stones I've got. I'm going to be using another Dennerley product. It's not sponsored by Dennerley, but this is like crystal quartz kind of sand. It will probably complement the stones quite well. And on top of this, if this is like too thick a granule, I've also got some just generic sand I got from a pet store. So the problem lies with building a pond tank is that the soil in the back is obviously going to spill into the front. So we've got to stop this by putting this big slab of wood through the center, but this doesn't always stop all the soil. There's going to be holes in the wood and it's not all connected, so there's going to be soil coming through. To stop this, I've got some filter wool, and what I'm going to do is put this in between the holes and the gaps before I put the soil in, and hopefully this will stop all the spillage to the front. To hide this later on, I'm going to be putting moss and plants and Anubias ferns and things like this over the wool, so you can't see any of the wool when the scape is done. I've already grown some plants immersed. We've got some Cranthum Monte Carlo and Sterigine repens, for example, here. So I've just got a little soil in these little tubs, some holes in the tubs, sprayed them every so often, put them next to a window to grow immersed already. This is a really neat way of like storing plants. So I'm going to be using these in this. I've got a bunch of this kind of stuff lying around, and I've also got some other plants around there and moss and things like this. So hopefully that'll help me get me a head start on the planting. For the fertilizer in this tank, I'm going to be using some Microbe Lift. It's from Arc Aquatics. Great company, good products, good bacterial products as well. Really good bacterial products I would highly recommend. But that's the fertilizer I'm going to be using on this tank. I use RO water. My tap water is fairly soft, so it's very, very soft in fact. But I like to be on the safe side and make sure I'm not putting anything into the tank that I don't want there. So with RO water, I know exactly what I'm putting in. To remineralize that water, I use salty shrimp, GHKH+. This adds minerals back into the water after you remove them through the reverse osmosis process. As I said, the Lothian Fish Keeper channel supplied me all the ProtoBio soil and all the other products from them. So I'll give a quick shout out to them. They got a Facebook channel that you can actually join. There's loads of good content on there and helpful people if you ever need help scaping. I'm also on there, I'm one of the admin team. They have a website and they also have an Instagram channel. Just have a look around, they're quite good. I'm going to be placing this filter wool. I hate the feel of wool, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. So this is quite hard for me to do. As I said, yeah, I'm going to be placing this in cracks like this in here. And this is going to stop the substrate spilling over into the front, as I said. So I'm just going to go do this for the whole tank, making sure that I haven't missed any gaps, because that'd be a pain in the ass if I missed any gaps and the substrate went into the front section. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting some zip ties around the wood to hold the structure in place a bit more before we go any further, which is what I probably should have done in this first place. Just going to cut off the zip tie ends now. Don't need those. So the rabbit water is going to go in the tank now. In the back goes the soil for the bow, and let's hope that it doesn't spill into the front, because that would be very annoying. And just use a card to spread the soil on the back. So spreading the soil like this. So the next thing to do is to place some rocks where I think it looks best in this case. So what I'm doing here is looking for colours and textures so that it's balanced and it looks more natural. I'm going to add some more of the river stone, the little pebbles, but I'm going to wait until I add some more of this. First, it's the quartz gravel from Dennerley. So I've added some of the quartz gravel in. I'm going to be adding a finer sand. This is just a generic brand, I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, yes, I'm going to be adding this for a bit more texture. That'll help. I think a lot of problems that people have with cosmetic gravel is that they use too much. And I don't think it looks good when you have this big humongous banked slope of cosmetic gravel. I just don't think it's a great look. So I'm going to mix this up a tiny bit. And I think this is really starting to look quite nice. I think the cosmetic gravels mix quite well and provide a total different range of texture. To finish this off, I'm going to be using some more of this Dennerley river gravel. So now that the hardscape is done, we're going to move on to the planting stage. As I said in this first video, I'm only going to be planting the front section. I might plant a wee bit in the back, but not a lot, until the second video. Now let's get to it. I've got a couple different species of moss here, as well as some in here. These have been grown immersed, just like I have them with other plants. So I'm going to be placing like little bits of moss like this in crevices like this as well, so that we're covering the wool. So I'm just going to go around the whole tank doing this. This is the Macranthium Monte Carlo. I'm going to be placing this in certain areas as well. So I've got some Anubias bonsai, some Java fern. I've also got some other Anubias nanas I'm going to be putting into the tank right now, and just placing them where it fits. To take these out, you just simply remove all the rock wool and place it in gaps that you can find. I'm going to be putting a bunch of stem plants at the back and some crypts, and also maybe some Sterigana repens in certain places. Just a mixture of things, just to give it a bit more plant mass at the start. So that's the planting done for today. I'm now going to fill the tank up with water. While I'm at this, I'm going to probably be using the ProBio bacteria kit. So I think there's little vials in here, you crack one open, put on the soil, mix with some water, and that starts a bacterial colony in your tank for a quick startup. This tank filled right now. It's very cloudy and it's probably going to be tanned by the wood eventually as well. What I'm going to do now is prime the filter, start the filter running, and I think that's all that for this video. Next video I will obviously be planting the back, so you got to come back to my channel and stay tuned for that.